Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Okay. Let's go ahead and all right. So this morning, I saw Ater pop up, ATER. It's got a bottom down here of the 244s, top up there at 299, up 19%. And I see this walk down that it had right here. It has not reached a million shares traded yet. So I don't know how, but it is a cheaper stock. So I don't know if it's going to continue to walk down. Let's go and actually look at, let's go and look at this news on it. So had a little high there at 260 and kind of flooding around here. Yesterday it popped all the way up to 299 and then has walked down here. So let's go look at the news real quick. Wanted to see if it was going to get a million shares traded and be the one on the day. It's the top volume right now. And what is it called? Ater. Ater. Let's go look at what you got, Ater. Press releases. Okay. Ethereum reports fourth quarter and full year 2024 results. Ethereum announces share repurchase program. They issue a letter to shareholders on February 20th. Okay, so let's just read these top four. Okay, so over the past 18 months, our team has undertaken a comprehensive reassessment of nearly every facet of Ethereum's business model as part of our turnaround strategy. Okay. So they got some kind of strategy going that they were letting their shareholders know what is going on. Let's look at Ethereum says date for fourth quarter and 2024 earnings. Okay, so that's March 18th. So that is true. That came out. Okay, Ethereum announces share repurchase program. So Ethereum, NASDAQ authorized share repurchase program of $3 million of the company's common stock. The board's decision reflects our collective confidence. Okay. Let's see. So they're buying up shares, but I'm trying to see a reason for us to buy up shares, right? Ethereum Inc., a technology-enabled consumer products company, today announced financial results for the fourth quarter full year ended. Ethereum's results for 2024 reflect our team's success in executing a strategy to focus, stabilize, and simplify our operations. Okay. Our decision to rationalize SKUs and focus on the company's six foundational brands generated material improvements in gross margin and contribution margin. Okay. All right. All that sounds good. Let's go but I'm not seeing anything that's super exciting. Let's go to ATER. Oh, my bad. Go to Yahoo. I'm the wrong thing. ATER. So we'll start with the profile, see where this thing is located. It is in Summit, New Jersey. Technology and its subsidiaries operates as a technology-enabled consumer products company in North America and internationally. Its platform offers home and kitchen appliances, kitchenware, cooling and air quality applications, dehumidifiers, health and beauty products, and essential oils under the Squatty Potty Home Labs. Mueller Pure Steam. I don't know. Squatty Potty. Is that something I want to invest in? Hmm. Okay, let's go look at the float. Still hasn't reached 1 million shares, so not enough volume in there yet. But let's see, float 5.65 million. It does have a lot of insiders in there. But will something else come up and bump this one off? Something with a little bit hotter news. Shares outstanding, 7 million in the float. Okay, so this one said 5 million. This one says 7 million. Okay, let's see. This one has 7 million as well. Floats. What floats on this one? Oh, financials. No, statistics. And float. Float 5 million on this one. I don't know about that, what this company does. It does kitchenware. So I don't know about that. I mean, maybe it goes, but hmm. Float over here 6. So between 5 and 6. Let's see if it has any shelf registrations. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait and see if my scanner picks it up because if it reaches 1 million shares, great. But right now it's not even reaching it, so it's been walking down. Let's go ahead and look through the rest of the market. So we got the NQ yesterday came and filled this gap back here. Filled this gap right here. Okay. Um, and it kind of slowed down after filling this gap, kind of bounced up and kind of playing within here. It was above ATRs when it made the move up, and then it stayed below this level of the 20,000 all day yesterday, but above this level, the previous highly tested level of 19,400. So we kind of got this spot here that's trying to be decided upon by everybody. Is this thing going to go back up or is it going to go down? So right now, just from the end of last session and into this session, we see a little bit of an uptrend here in here. And we'll see if this continues or if this breaks down. Okay. So we're looking at that. And this one, I mean, there is kind of like a trend right there, but it's not really clear. Like this one has a little bit of buying pressure down here where it kind of popped out of those ranges, but this one kind of grinding towards the top of this 19,800. Okay, so we kind of are going both ways because SOXS and SOXS, BDRX just popped on there. BDRX jumping up there onto the scan. All right, so it is the leading mover. Let's see what BDRX has on it. BDR. Okay, so 23 minutes ago, says it got a fast track designation in hand, a successful protocol discussion with FDA and CROs in place. Biodexa is on track to initiate its funded phase 3 trial in FAP next quarter. Okay, so let's look at what this one's got going. So starting in Okay, so March 6th was the first one. European component, ERAPA and FAP, ERAPA and FAP. Okay, so let's go see what the ERAPA. Okay, clears the way to finalize phase 3 protocol and recruit sites from for US. Okay. Biodex clears the way, finalized. Biodex Pharmaceuticals, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company developing a pipeline of innovative products for the treatment of diseases with unmet medical needs. Okay, so we got phase 2 at a six months at Digestive Disease Week. Okay, I want to know what they actually do. This is kind of vague. Okay, so that's popping in BDRX. Let's go to their profile first. This is in Cardiff, the United Kingdom. Okay, so we see focuses on developing a pipeline of products and treatment of type 1 diabetes, rare organ cancers of the brain. Okay, so we got a little keyword there, cancer. We'll see how that plays out. And I will take a couple notes here. So focuses on developing a pipeline of products, the diabetes, cancers of the brain. Its lead product candidate is tolimidone. Tolimidone, a selective activator of the LYN kinase enzyme, currently under phase 2 studies for the treatment of type 1 diabetes. The company is also developing MTX110, which is currently in phase 1 studies for the treatment of diffuse intrinsic recurrent glioblastoma, diffuse midline glioma, and medulloblastoma, and MTD217, a program centered around a water-soluble drug formulation that can be easily infused or injected simultaneously or sequentially directly into the cancer microenvironment. Currently under preclinical studies for the treatment of leptomeningeal, oh my gosh, whatever disease. In addition, the company offers drug delivery platforms such as Sphere and a polymer microsphere microtechnology used for sustained release drug delivery. So the cancer part is in phase 1 of this one. So let me note that. So we got BDRX with the keyword of cancer, but it is in phase 1. And the other thing is the diabetes in phase 3. So phase 1. And then this one is located in the United Kingdom. All right. All right, so haven't seen anything that I just won't trade today, but BDRX, there may be some weaker news on that cancer, and this is where I took my note set right here. BDRX, BDXR cancer, but it's in phase 1, and the main thing that they got is the diabetes 1 in diabetes in phase 3. All right. So that's where that's all the notes that I got right now. We'll see how that goes. Let's go back over here and look at the chart. So it quickly went up to 312. Previous ATR down here to something. let's go ahead and calculate this new ATR here. So we'll come over here, come to the main chart. So it closed at 202 yesterday. 202. Over my little calculator. 202. And then the ATR from yesterday was 48 cents. So 202 plus 248. Is that right? That is way up there. Did I get the right? 202 plus. Oh, no. I'm tripping. I was like, that is not right. All right, 202 is the close plus the ATR of 48 cents. So 0.48. I was like, why is it so high? Okay. So 250. Cool. That was easy math. I'm tripping. I could have did that. I'm super lazy in the morning though. I'd rather get it right than be out here guessing. All right, so let me mark that up on the chart. We got our 250 level that needs to kind of hold this down here right here. And we'll see how this ends up holding throughout the day. Where's my other one? 250 is the ATR high, no pre-market. And one thing that I have noticed about TOS during the day, sometimes when I go back and check the daily close, I have to make sure that this chart is giving me the right numbers, because I've found a couple of times that ATR does shift after the open. But right now I'm going to use 250, but sometimes that close changes just a little bit. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know I wasn't off by 20 cents. What happened? And that's happened multiple times. So I'm going to use this one just to see if it comes back into this level. But as far as when the open comes, then I'll get my actual script does it for me, and it'll give me the next or the real ATR for the intraday. No pre-market. And this is 3. This will be for 3. Information that I have from 318. All right, and then we will change this color to blue. Have a high of 312. 250 is the point that it needs to hold up. It's up 38% with 5 million shares traded on this thing. Okay. We'll watch and see. 38 down to 293. But the notes on this one is just diabetes phase 3. Diabetes is seeming like it's getting closer to something than the big. If it was cancer phase 3, it would have been a little bit more exciting, I think. And then they're doing the, what was it, share? Was this the one with the share repurchase program or something? Let me see. Or maybe that was the other one. 23 minutes. Okay, no. So yeah, just the phase 3 for the diabetes. BDRX. Gotta let those scanners work for me, man. I went digging a little bit, but I didn't trade anything. I just kind of looked. If BDRX is the best that we have coming out of the morning, I'm just gonna stick to that until something else can prove that it can be not only competition but overwhelm BDRX in attention. Oh snap! Am I muted? I am not. Okay, never mind. I know I got my lights off, but it is early in the morning. I'm not trying to blast myself with stream lights just yet. It gets a little bit brighter, I might turn them on, but I'm just chilling. Y'all can see my screen and all that. Oh, it's pushing on up there to 313s. We got a point of control down here at 271. And this thing's gonna be to 10 million here soon. So basically what I'm looking for is a pullback where I can determine if shorts are comfortable in that pullback or are they chasing the move down, right? Because, when big money comes in, it makes things swing, especially in these cheaper stocks. And what I'm looking for is for big money to swing it and they make their money, right? And I'm looking for shorts to jump in late and be chasing the price action to the downside. And for big money to be taking profit as they sell, and big money is covered. So that's what I'm looking for. It's pretty accurate. I just have been trying to work on just following the rules. Basically, I haven't really broken. I broke the rules one time this month, or two times this month, trading things that were outside of the scope. But as far as everything else goes, it's been a pretty consistent, you know, way to trade. Now I'm making about 22 cents on average, um, from the over here and look. Why is all this ATR up here? Let me see, is that right? Yeah, 22 cents on average. That's what it is. So, and speaking of, this is what I actually traded yesterday. I traded ADTX for another little winner. So biggest loser on the month was 19 bucks. We're sitting at about a 3-to-1 profit loss ratio. Win rate 85% or 85.71%. You can round it up if you want to. And so my average return is 22 cents. So I want to continue to get this consistently. And as I get that consistent, because think about it, I've only taken 15 trades, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can I just do this and count it? 14 trades. Okay, 14 trades and 85.71%. But this is what I want to aim for. Whenever I get this in pocket, I'm putting that stop loss in quick. Get that 22 cents, and let it ride. Now, if you think about this, this is a very scalable thing because let's say, 22 cents, let's say you're taking 100 shares, or let's say that you're not taking 100 shares. Let's say you're taking 50 shares per time. So you're going to make $11 per trade, basically gathering that 22 cents on 50 shares. And you can continue to go up with that. So if you go to, usually I have maybe 150 to 200 shares. So I got 150 shares times that 22%. I'm looking at about 33 bucks. And as I go up, I'm looking to just continue to get that 22 shares. 500 at 22, that's 110 bucks per trade. And then, all the way up to 1,000 times 0.22. That's going to be about 220. So, it's a very scalable thing because I'm getting that 20, at least around 20 cents per rip, right? So that's what I'm looking to do, is just keep that consistency. Right now, the calendar, let's go over to the calendar. And so this is what the month is looking like. One red day, and then everything else, we've just been dotting it up. Green, 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 green. So just looking to continue to get that consistency, continue to look for those 20-cent winners. The ATR on this one, BDRX, is 49 cents. Let me make sure that's right. ATR from yesterday is 48 cents. 48, 49 is close enough. But on BDRX, so BDRX, I'm looking for a pull down. So we already got the ATR high right here, which is the 250. It's above ATR high. I'm looking for a pull down where big money makes moves up here at the top. Okay, and that's where we see what, what we were talking about with the body blocking. That's big money turning that thing around, right? And so I'm looking for, where is that initial where big money says, okay, this is enough. Let's push it down and get us some money off of this. Looking for that, and I'm looking for it to make an exhaustive move to the downside. I'm looking for big money to already be in and smaller retail shorts to be chasing the price action down. So they're chasing it down, and then I'm looking to enter as the exhaustion kind of comes to a close. And the retail shorts are like, man, we can still get some more, right? We can still get some more. And then, big money is covering. And we see, a big cover or a big buying indication, whether it's like a wick or whether it's just in the movement of the candle. What does that buying pressure look like? How fast is it looking like it's trying to come up? Then I'm looking to enter that and use the bottom of that exhaustion as my out. So, but on this one, it's just going up. No big money has decided to come in here and slap it in the mouth. Oh, I can show you actually. Let me look at ADT. What I traded yesterday. What was it? 80. Let me show you here. ADTX here. So let's go to ADTX. Okay, so this is how I played ADTX yesterday. I saw this level right here, 952, become the top, the body blocking level. It came down to a whole dollar level here. So this was a little bit of a double play. So it came down and clipped the $8. And Donnell, he was in there. He was talking about, yeah, $8 is like it's going to be a hold point. And we saw this thing, and I did wait for this candle right here to close. So it came down here towards the $8, came all the way through the $8, got a nice test at 790, bounced back up to 813. And if you are watching it, it was an actual bounce up. So I was like, that is some pressure right there. And so it came down there, pressurized, and then it opened this candle. Now this candle I gave a couple of seconds just to see if it was going to go ahead and break down. The low was 797, did not get back to the low of this previous candle, and it bounced back up. So I was entering, let's see where I entered. I entered at an average price of 830. I don't know if that was my original price. Let me go look. So my first buy was at 828. So yeah, about the, or was these sales? Let me see. Sales, buy. Where's my sales? Am I tripping? Anyway, so my average price got around to 830 there. So, but I was buying before that. That's just the average. So let me see. I go back over here. I was buying up in here. 815s, added a whole bunch of 815, and then into this move up as it overtook this candle right here. Where's my oval? As it overtook this candle, I was looking for it to overtake this body candle right here. And I was buying all up in here as it was going up. And so it came up, it went all the way to 9. I was selling for the most part. I was looking for it to go to 9. It kept showing a little snatchback. It did on the next candle actually get through that level, but we were at a whole dollar level and it was snatching back, and I was like, yeah, if it doesn't just want to shoot through the $9 level and start holding it, I'm okay with taking this profit. I already have my risk locked in, plus a little bit. So on that next candle, shorts came back in and took back over, and it was on a dive. But I was looking for this double, I guess you can call it I don't know what you want to call it, but whole dollar level bouncing up here. And a couple of things that I look for: whole dollar levels, the ATR highs. If it hits the ATR high, sometimes there can be a strong turnaround off of the ATR. So those two are what I mainly focus on. I really don't do half dollar levels. Half dollar levels, they kind of get a little bit more play. Like right here, let's see, this one came down, where's 750? So 750 right here was a half dollar level. But this thing was so extended, and this bounce up wasn't as dramatic as this back here. So this little bounce up was just kind of like a little spinning top. This one was a bigger spinning top. And it did come back around and came back up to 8. So that was a little 50 cents, but then it dropped off. And plus, this was during lunchtime. So a lot of people, may take breaks or try to avoid this time period during this lunchtime hour, but I was definitely gone by this. I had left up here. So lunchtime is kind of weird, man. It really is. Sometimes you get great moves, and then sometimes they're just really weak. But during lunchtime, I am very willing to take profits. If I do see my setup, I'll get in it, and I'm not looking for it to do, a whole bunch. I'll leave a little bit in there, but for the most part, I'm trying to get on down. I had 155 shares of this, and what I did is I took off half up here at this 9, and then it starts snatching back on me. And I was like, okay, well, I got 75 shares left here. Let's see what it can do. And it just kept snatching back. And so I was just taking a little bit. Every time it came and failed this $9 break, taking a little bit. And by the end of this candle, I had about 20 shares left of that 155 just because it just struggled so much. So, 20 shares of 155 is about 12% of my total position left. So I took 75%, or I took 50%, and I had 50% left. And so I sold and sold and sold. And if it didn't want to go, I mean, if it wanted to go, I would have still had the little 20 shares and let it ride. But it didn't. So I was reducing my risk and taking profit off the table just in case this happened, and it dove and retraced. So for the most part, looking for that exhaustive move. I'm not looking for something to just come back one time and then just shoot back up. If it does that, that's not something I can work with. I'm looking for the exhaustive move where late shorts are jumping in and chasing this thing down. And that's kind of what happened right here. So but this isn't the main entry. The main entry was 952, and then some more money came in here at 9 or 8, around 875-ish level, pushed it down some more, and then you had a little bit of breath. And then you had some more, boom, and a little bit of breath. So I'm looking for that boom with a little bit of breath. Sometimes that breath ends up taking you to the moon. You never know. But I have my risk and everything where, hey, let me get my risk and let me get on down, because I'm not looking to get I'm not looking to buy the top. A lot of times when I was losing money, what it was is I got excited. I would miss the move to the downside, and then it's moving up towards the top, and I would buy at the top, and then it would never make it up to like this. I don't even know if this is the level that's going to be the body break, but right here at this 309, and I guess you can call this $3, but this candle hasn't closed, so it's not a full body break. So I don't know what it's trying to do here. Still up 50% with 10 million shares, so definitely eyes on BDRX. But we will see about that. Hopefully I answered the question, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, I'm not trying to buy highs. I'm looking for momentum to the upside, but I'm looking for external factors to tell me that the trend is moving up, like the ATRs and the actual trends and things like that. Tell me that you're moving up and that you can hold your levels, and then let me participate on a dip. Because I've been burned so many times with trying to get a breakout of a double top or something, and then it breaks out 1 cent and then it comes down. I'm like, bruh, I just need you to continue. And so being in that trap so much, I'm like, you know what? Let me just back up, take a breath. Since that's where everybody wants to buy, and that's where shorts are attacking, like the big money shorts are attacking, let me just sit back and wait until the big money shorts get their money. Then looking for that retracement back up to the upside. Because it just doesn't make sense. But the market does mess with your head a little bit, because you can miss out on trades like that. Like if it's just going up, and let's say it never turns around, it's going up. Well, the way that I look at it is, okay, well, that just wasn't my setup. It was out of scope. It never gave me the setup that I was looking for. So whatever, just got to leave it on the table. Because as you can see, on most days, I'm finding something to trade, right? And so I'm like, well, if I missed that one, I found this setup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what, 12 times during the month already. 12 chances on this setup, right? So why be mad about one not going my way and one shooting the moon, right? Some people be like, oh, you're just sitting there watching it going up. No, that's just not my setup. Out of my scope. It's out of the scope, bro. But anyway, BDRX starting a little red here. I don't know if it's gonna hold red or is it gonna be a grinder on the day. I don't know how strong the diabetes type catalyst is gonna be for it either. But we will see how it comes down here to this 250 level. And I need to see um I'll guess I'll update you guys around the open because I do have some meetings coming up this morning. But I'll update you guys to see if this is actually the open because I don't know what it is about TOS charts switching from pre-market to intraday, but sometimes those values just don't add up like they should. Maybe it's because it's a free broker or whatnot, but I'll recalculate and see if 250 is the actual. And you would think that they would have the close where it will be true, but I guess I could check before time. Let's just check a trading site what the actual close is here. So BDRX closed at 201 and I'm seeing 202 on TOS. So it says 201 here. Let's look over here and see what the close was on this one. 201, 201. So it's looking like it's going to be around 201, 202-ish level. So it's not that far off. But for some of the wider movers, like the big gap ups, like 80% stuff like that, I've noticed that it's sometimes off. This one says 211 as well. Okay. That one's off a little bit. It closed 211 unless they took into consideration pre-market or aftermarket. How's it 211? Yeah, they took in aftermarket. So some of these are taking in aftermarket, some of them are not. So I guess the question is what is TOS using? It says the close is 202. So it's using this back here, the actual close without aftermarket. And that's what I want. I want this close. No aftermarket because it's just a different volume level during aftermarket and some of the extended hours. I'd rather not calculate those into the ATR because they can do some crazy things during after hours. Okay, so this is looking like a body block. So 310-ish level. The candle hasn't closed yet, but 310. And it looks like somebody's pushing it on down. It's at 47%. Now, one of the things about the body block is got to reach a level of significance. Like it can't stop somewhere that doesn't make sense. So let me go over here to the um, higher time frame here. And over here we had this gap. So right now 250 is the ATR high. It is in this gap right now of 306. Okay, so it had this kind of movement down. It's doing a little bit of a gap fill. So there could be a level of interest. There's the body of that candle at 284. And then we also have, I don't know if we can take out this whole candle right here, but it's got 284, 250 level is that gap. And there was a little bit of a war zone wick in there. But further than that, I don't really know where it can go with this diabetes news. maybe if it was cancer, maybe it comes out and says, hey, we got some expansion on our cancer side, then it may be some more juice there. But right now, I'm just trying to see if this is a body block candle. And is it going to test back under the 284s towards that 250? But right now, it's just not the setup. It could switch green right here. Mm. The SPY still holding above the ATR high. NQ. Let's go look at that. So it had a nice little drop down and we got a slight trend up here. So two things that I would look for. I will look for this trend to be tested one more time. A lot of times I'm looking for that 3 tap on the 15-minute. So it's got one here at 19,600, got one here at 19,654. And so I would like to see this tested one more time to confirm that it is bullish and that it can continue this trend upward. Maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just shoots up on the open, but it is above. The ATR is coming right in line with this trend. So we'll see what kind of motion and if it can test this trend one more time around this 19,700. And this is these two bubbles right here. These aren't significant bubbles. These are things that I saw during the pre-market of yesterday, and I was like, look, this is the area that is going to have, it's like a proving point. There's some buyers here, but this thing is under ATR and it could dump. And so it dumped. Not because I said it, it's just something that happened. But I'll delete those because they really aren't just significant levels yet. So we're seeing the NQ come down just a little bit, see if it can come down and test this trend again. And I just drew this trend, just a short-term trend, because a lot of people don't look that far back when it comes to day trading. So I'm looking for, hey, what is the previous session? You know, maybe the last 3 days. What's going on here? And so we've seen a 19,400 in the last 3 days. We saw a gap fill right here, and then we see it trying to hold up this gap. Right now, though, the NQ is a little bit green. I don't know if it's going to consolidate or what, but I want to see a test back here towards that 19,700. The beta on BDRX is 1.59. I forgot to mention that. That's not a super strong beta, but it is in favor of the market. So if the market's going down, it could follow it more than not. Things pulling back up, but that doesn't mean anything. This candle has 3 minutes until the 7 o'clock bell, and nothing is confirmed yet. All right, back over here to BDRX. 3 minutes left, and this candle's going to close. But this it's kind of a slow attack. If the shorts are going to attack it, I want them to attack it, you know, fully and push it all the way down. Really has some momentum behind that attack to the downside. 11 million shares traded. So I know there's definitely people looking at this, and with it being extended like this, where are shorts planning to absolutely hammer it? It's got a high up here of 3, and this is the other thing that the strategy that I use saves me from. I'm not getting in wondering where they're going to hammer it. I'm looking for them to hammer it. Hammer it, show me that it's a hammer, and show me some continuation momentum from that hit. If it just goes down just a little bit and then pops right back up, shorts just got trapped. I don't need them to be trapped. I need them to be winning. I want them to be in the winning mindset. Like, yes, we're making money here. We want to make more money. Let's push this thing through the floor. Kind of like when something is going parabolic, and if short or if longs are in down here at 225 and this thing's going parabolic, right? And they're not thinking, okay, where am I going to buy, or where am I going to buy some more? Because they already got it. They are looking for selling. You know, they're going to join where that those sellers are getting in, right? Because if they buy, I mean, they could buy more, but most day traders are going to take their big position and hold it, unless they're doing the hyper scout type deal. But most of them are going to hold this thing to open, and then the shorts are going to figure out, okay, where are the buyers getting exhausted? Looks like 332, there was a little bit of a battle here. And now see, this candle right here would have messed up the strategy. This should have closed red and been that body block candle, but it didn't. So I continue to wait until I see a actual body block candle. And there was a little bit of buying pressure from 296 back up here. So let's see what this next candle does. And if it just consolidates, that's not no good either, because consolidation kills momentum. I want to see move, squeeze down, move. I want to see big sine waves. All right, coming down, but it's got this level down here that it bounced off of before, 295s. Okay, and then popping back up. A little bit of buying pressure before it got to the end of that. Point of control is at 298 right now. This is the best stock on the day for small caps. I haven't seen any large caps. You know, the market's got to be going green for my large cap scanners to really work, because I'm only trading large caps above 2% gain. So once they get over 2%, they're in my wheelhouse and I will trade them. And I'm looking for the same setup. Looking for that fall down where shorts are winning and then getting in for the ride up. Um, the only thing is, you gotta, the ATRs matter a lot more on large caps. So if you map out their ATR high and it's above where they are, and it goes up and touches that ATR high, there's a high likelihood it's going to turn around at that ATR high, very high. And so this one is coming on down. So 284 was the first. Let's see if it respects 284 at all, or is it just going to drop through it? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. So this candle still has not closed. 290s, 290s, just bouncing on 290s. This 284 was the body candle that we looked at over here on the larger time frame. Over here. And so I was like, yeah, it could slow down at the body before it re-enters this gap. But definitely it does not need to go below 250, because that's going to be kind of refilling the gap and going downwards. So 284 is the body. Okay, pumping back up. See, we want to see those shorts get that win, bro. Up 44% on diabetes. Diabetes. United Kingdom is where this is out of. Phase 3 diabetes. Phase 1 brain cancer. And the other thing is, you can kind of tell when people go and actually research. Some people just jump in. They see it going up and they jump in, but after a while, you like, they start reading up on this thing and they're like, hold on. Let's see, how much competition do they have in trying to solve this diabetes problem? You know, how much, you know, all of that stuff. And then, you know, shorts like, ooh, this looks good. Let's get on this. Let's see if we can write this one down. Can you break down 284 or nah? You got 12 minutes left on this candle. And if people just trade the wicks, like they see this little wick, they get in. I mean, it could work, but this is some big money turning this thing around here at 314. So for it to just go back up, that is a very low probability thing to happen. Could happen, but you know. Rexcon says large caps. Can you repeat what you're looking for on large caps? Yeah. So looking for 2% up, looking for at least 10 million shares. Large caps take a lot of money to move. So once they hit that 10 million mark, I'm like, okay, there's plenty of liquidity. You know, there's plenty of attention over here, right? So I don't even trade if they got a, let's say Nvidia has a million shares traded. I'm not even looking at it. I need some attention over there. Get 10 million shares and let's see what you can do. The other thing is be above ATR highs, right? So be above ATR highs, give me my setup, and let's get rolling. Let's see if you can continue to push out. Oh, one more thing. The NQ. If it is something that moves with the market, right? I want to see the market giving us a upward move as that stock is giving us an upward move. So I want to see the market confirm, like on this, we've located this little trend, right? So we got this 19,600, we got this 19,600, and I'm looking for one more test of this level. Now it may break this level and come back up. We've seen that before where it breaks the level and then reclaims it, and then as it's going up, I get in on something that is, following it, whether it's a low float or whatever it is during that time that's going to follow the market. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for beta scores, to be, if I like the beta scores to be above 2 because it's a lot easier. Like if it's above 2, I can be like, okay, well, I know it may be a slow follow of the market, but if the market is going up, there's a high chance that this thing is going to follow it. Below 2 is kind of a little too slow. Um, it's, you can play it, but it's like you might have to wait a bit. If it's a positive beta score and the market's going up, you may have to wait a bit. But if it's negative and the market's going up, I wouldn't touch it. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool because it's probably gonna go down. It's inverse. I just want to find those 3 points. Be 2% up, have your 10 million shares traded, be above ATR high, and have the market supporting the idea that you can go up. The overall market. And the only way to do that is to look at the overall market and gauge this thing. You know? And I don't know how high it can go, so I'm not putting anything over the top. I don't look at this as some type of channel. Like some people be like, oh, well, we had this little move right here, and here's the channel. I'm not looking at that. I'm trying to buy dips. I'm trying to buy low. So I'm focused on the bottom side, right? Come down here, prove that you can hold this level. If you break it, cool. I'll wait for you to unbreak it or to reclaim it and for that move up. I'm patient. I'll wait. Okay, BDRX again. Just not behaving well. That's so crazy to me. So came down here towards that 284, did not get it. So I know that some shorts got caught on that bounce up, but is this move over? It has still not broken over this 313 level here. But does not look good as a body block at all, because most body blocks, that first candle, it's going to end, at the end of the candle down here. It's going to have a nice sell-off, but this is telling us that something is going awry and that it's not what we're looking for. It hasn't had that exhaustive move down. The longs are still, ooh, there's some burning there though, boy. Doing some dropping back to that $3 hold dollar level. But again, this one has 7 minutes left for the candle to close. For large cap shorts, everything is in reverse. Yes, everything is in reverse. So basically, if it was down a downwards move, let me find a red stop. What's red right now? Let me see. Nvidia. I don't know if it's red, but I'll see if I can see the move here. So for a short. So this move right here, one, is below ATR high on Nvidia, below ATR high. It took a dip. It came all the way back up here and touched this ATR high. Okay, it could not get through that ATR high. So where does the body blocking start? The body blocking started down here at 115, right? 115 down here on Nvidia. And so how in the world do you calculate this move? Well, one, this is a significant level of the ATR. In here, I don't know what other significant levels were here. There weren't a lot. If you look previously at this drop off, there wasn't a lot other than up here at this 118 right here. So if you looked at this previous point that was tested right here, this is the only real significant short-term level that you can see. That's the first one. So that would be the most significant just looking back. Other than that, it looks like it had a little takeoff point from here again back here. So just in the last 3 days, this point has been touched a couple of times. Maybe the next obvious point will be up here at the 120s. But it's got the ATR to break to get to that. So it came down and we can see, you know, a big pop up back to this ATR, and then it failed to reclaim ATR. And so that would have been, I don't know where the ATR low is on this, but I'm pretty sure it ended up breaking it twice. Broke the ATR low on this one, came back up, tried to get ATR high, and then broke ATR low again. So I mean, it's the opposite, but significant levels just mean more on large caps. This 118 level came right back up to this 118 that it, what did I do? It came right back up here again. It's like, okay, 1, 2, 3. This one only had 1 and maybe 2. So taking the most significant in alignment with the ATR failure would have been the play, looks like, on Nvidia right there. But I'm looking for this to be going to the upside, you know, looking for those significant levels going up to the upside. And of course, yesterday the market supported this move down. So let's look at this time period, which was at 12:15. Let's see what the market was doing yesterday at 12:15 on NQ. So yesterday, 1, 2, so it came down here, 12:15. It's like it was in consolidation. So I don't know if the market was helping or hurting, because this market was already, but the overall mindset in the market looked like it was down, and it needed to slow the momentum down anyway. So I guess the overall thought process was downward. Instead of just looking in here into this chop fest, we got this huge red candle moving from these 800s down here to the 700s. So it was kind of supporting that downwards move by not being able to break out of these levels. So 12:15 right up in here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so this is 12:15. 12:15. So it had made a little top here. Oh man, I messed up. Let me switch over to the other tool. It had made this little top here. So it came up, had this little come up right here. So there was definitely some pressure right here. Okay. Came back up, didn't quite reach it, went down, came back up to this level again. Level of significance, tried to push through it, failed. Okay, and so this was 11:15, failed. Came back up, tried it again on bullish, and if you're going short, you probably want to be going short after you see some greens. So, you know, on this one, nice downwards move, and this became a multi, just during this session, this became a multi-tested area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 times. And then came up there again, tried to get through it, still failed, right? So just, it just kind of got tortured during this level. So that's what you kind of got to do is come in here and see, okay, first of all, are there any significant levels that I can see during this session or during the past two sessions? So, yesterday afternoon and all of that stuff, where are the significant levels? Because that's where most short-term traders are going to be looking. They're not going to be looking back into 1967. You know what I mean? They're going to be looking for short-term strong levels to hold. But I hope that answered the question. Maybe, I don't know, but you need that market to support that move. Okay, so BDRX did end up closing a little bit lower, and let's see what it looks like when momentum picks up. So we got our level here. So we can actually label this as a body block level. Body block. I usually make mine gold. I mean, you can make it whatever color you want. But I have the body block up there at 313. And actually, let me put a date on that so I remember. So this is 3/19/25. And I'm actually going to put pre-market of this so I can remember that as well. Pre. Because sometimes I look back at the body block, I'm like, when was that created? When was that even made? But okay, pre-market, 3/19/25 body block. It's got this level that is the bottom of this red candle that still needs to, you need to see if momentum picks up back into that gap. It's got 17 million shares traded on this thing. I was actually trying to test out another scan. Let me go to, got my scan, small caps intraday. Okay, so I was testing out some relative volume here. Let me see. Maybe it's not working. Gotta test it out. Nope. Okay, so it's not picking them up. Interesting. Okay. Oh well. All right, coming down there and testing at 284. Let's see if it picks up momentum going back into this gap. The gap is from 284. It's a 30-cent gap here. $284, small breakdown. Popping off of that 284. Go ahead and break it, bro. You got a couple minutes. Couple minutes. Hmm. Plenty of volume for big guys to come in and play. See if they want to chase this price action downward. $284, taking a lot of time there. Let's see what it wants to do. 80s, 83s. Trying to hold out of that gap. I know that. What about 275? Can you touch that? Hmm. Okay. The other thing we have to take into consideration is the price. As a $2 stock, let's also look at this. So what percentage change would it need to get back up to 313 from 284, right? How many percent is it down right now? So this movement from 313 down here to 283, how many cents is that? 313 to 2 what is this? 281, I mean. Okay. So that's 32 cents. The ATR on this thing is 48 cents. So we've got, quite a bit of almost the whole ATR moved on this one. 32, yeah. Just a little short. But this candle hasn't closed. I mean, it could cover the whole 48 cents here to the downside. So what's the probability of it making a full 48 cents recovery? Let's see, 313 minus 48 cents. 313 minus 48. It's going to be 265. 265 is going to be really, really ticking down there towards that ATR high. Okay, and it's also right here. Okay, so it's this point right here, 265. Interesting. So that is the full ATR from the body block. 49 cents down. Or that's not an ATR. It's the, well, I guess it would be ATR minus body block. From pre-market. Okay. So we got this 265 and then we got a 250 level. So it's coming on down. We want to see these candles start to get a little smaller, not bigger. So it's pretty big candle there. From 313 down here to 296. 313 to 296 was 17 cents. This one is 296 down to wherever this is going to close. So 17 cents on that first candle. Let's see, 296 minus wherever it closes, minus. All right, so it's coming on down, 274s. Up only 35% now. 35%. And it's trading inside that gap we were looking at. So, once it crosses 284, it is now within that gap. Still hasn't closed just yet. Let's see what that 265 is talking about. Will it start making shorter bars around there? Try to get back out of that gap or what? Almost 20 million shares traded on this one. Rexcon says I'm incorporating your input into my large cap trading. Oh yeah, definitely. Just try it out and see how it goes there for large caps. Of course you're doing shorting. I'm going long, so on the days that you have good large cap days, I don't have anything on my scans because mine is set up for long trading. But yeah, definitely test it out and let me know how that goes. Oh, you got a list in Discord? I didn't even open my Discord yet. Let's see what Discord's talking about. BDRX getting pushed on down to that 265. Okay, so Discord. Let's see what we got here. Large caps. Now it doesn't have to have that beta of 2. I just look at the beta so it can tell me how to look at the market. So, beta of +2 is good, but you don't want to limit yourself to that. It just is going to tell you if it's going to follow the market or not. The 10 million volume, yep, I like that. 2%, at least 2% gain. Above ATR high. Now, in your case, above or below ATR low if you're shorting. You know, or you might want to just see an ATR high failure. That'll give you even higher profit to the downside. But you gotta have that market on your side if you're looking for ATR high failure to turn that thing around. NQ supporting, yep. Move up or down, yep. That's it. But yeah, for the ATR high failure, I've seen so many times. I took trades at the ATR high thinking it was gonna fail on SOXS, which is an inverse to the market, and then the market keeps going up. And it breaks and it absolutely destroys me because I wasn't in alignment with everybody else. I got ran over, you know, got ran over. So at this point, there are no significant levels that have been touched. So I'm thinking it's going to either have to retest this 284 and come down or something because no significant levels have been touched here. It's just kind of like in no man's land. All right, well, we're coming up onto the 7:30 mark. Hopefully you guys got something that you can try out and go and dissect and all of that stuff in your own laboratory. But I will let you guys know what I want to do with this one. And like I said, you also have to remember the catalyst. The catalyst is the diabetes. And I don't know how people are really going to react to that. So I don't know. These low flows, sometimes the catalyst, it's better for it not to have a catalyst than have a catalyst because it'll just die. You're like, oh man, yeah, everybody believes in diabetes, right? Nope. Sitting on that 275 now. Let's see if it'll go ahead and break down that 270 and break onto that 265. Interesting. All right, we got about 30 seconds and I'm gonna buzz out. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking. I was looking for something to actually compete with BDRX, but we may not get that. Maybe a large cap day, mid cap day. If the market can actually verify this previous touch point. So if it can, I am definitely down for that behavior. Show me that you can start breaking this previously touched level after you get your touch here. So start making your way back up to this level of this 1952, and I'll be willing to play off of this level down here. But we'll be watching. This is a $2 stock. Only up 36%, not super exciting. But I don't know. As of now, I was just going through my thought process of things that I actually like to trade that have some kind of catalyst like AI or cancer or something with a little bit more excitement. The only problem with this one is it's rotating shares. It's rotating almost 20 million shares with like no real gusto. Like with 20 million shares and it being this low float, it should just be a dangerous mover both ways. And really, looks like it's breaking down a little bit. What's this level? 272. And it's got this 265 down here. So if it breaks down 265, I'm thinking weakness. I was looking for smaller candles, but this one closed up pretty wide. 296 body down to 277. Let's see what's that calculation. 296, 277. So a little bit bigger than the last one. So the first one was 17 cents. This is 19 cents. And now it is coming right down to this 265 level, right? And then the line in the sand for me was at 250. I did not want to see it past that 250, but yeah, this is a lot of weakness walking back all of this so-called buying pressure. Getting a little bounce. So this is the ATR here of that 265, but I don't know how strong that's going to be. This candle still has a whole 14 minutes to trade, so it can easily break this down. So I'm not trusting it. 265. But anyway, I'm about to bug out. If I see anything else, I will let you guys know in the Discord. Discord is free to join, and I will drop a link here real quick because I always forget. Discord. Okay. And there we go. Discord. All right. So yeah, coming down here to this 265 level, continue to increase bar size to the downside. Only 14 cents away from my line in the sand, but I mean, what's the probability of it turning around now? It's only up 30%. If it drops down to 250, it's going to be up probably like 20% or something. So for a $2 stock this cheap to be up 20% just isn't that appetizing for me. I kind of like to see more aggression to the upside, but this thing's dying out. Anyway, that's my outlook on this, and I'm thinking today's gonna be large cap, mid cap day, but we'll see. Looking for something to pop off after the open. This thing is at 260. Is it gonna break down even before I go off stream to this 250 level? That's crazy. And now look at all these levels of resistance it's got to get back through. This is the body of that previous candle at 284. This is the ATR from the body block. It's got a lot of resistance up there. And now it's currently trying to break this down. So I don't know. I'm not looking to be a fan of this because just it moving back up to the 280 seems like it will be a chore. 260s holding on for dear life. Big orders sitting in there at 263s, people chasing this one down. But is the juice worth the squeeze for longs is the question. So this one was from 276 down here to 262. 276 down to 262 on this one. Barely moving 2-3 cents. Not the greatest looker. 4 cents off of that 60. Okay. 265's trying to hold up. So there's a test at that level. Will it close above or at 265? Kind of an odd number too out here. It's like, I wish it was actually to the ATR doing this move. Then it would make more sense to get in, but it's not. Yeah, I think we're seeing a slow failure of that 265 trying to hold, but just too many shorts at this level looking to chase it down. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on down. I have done the analysis for this morning, and I need to go ahead and get to some work. Let's go ahead and get out of here. What's the day? Wednesday? Let me see. Wednesday. All right. Well, if you're going to continue trading, definitely keep your head on a swivel. A BDRX may be something that, does something on the open. It's already made this little move down. Sometimes they end up popping up. But the catalyst, I don't know if it's going to be able to hold up that 250. We'll see. Maybe if it comes and strikes the 250 on the open and bounces back up, maybe. But that's a lot of maybes, a lot of, hope and dreams. We like to focus on like what's actually happening, right? But anyway, coming on back down to 260, I'm about to bug out. And as always, 10 cents away from 10 cents away from the 250 level. But as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.